So for any new viewers watching,
yeah.
I mean, what is that? What was that purpose? What was that goal? What is the purpose of IRA?
Yeah, so the goal was really to have an organization that was focusing on giving dawah to non-Muslims.
Yes.
Right? That's it.
Yeah.
Right? And I think something that we decided very early on was that it wasn't just enough to invite non-Muslims to Islam, that when people became Muslim, we needed to try and do our best to make sure they stayed Muslim.
100%.
So very soon, although that's not why we found the organization, like in our first, like, you know what we should do, guys? We should do this. Yeah. But soon, pretty soon after, when we started getting down to the details of, yeah, okay, let's outline the details of this a bit more, we realized that, no, we also, what's the point? What's the point in giving, like, from the point of view of an investor, right? Mm-hmm. And the investor are our listeners who donate to us, right? Yeah. What's the point in you donating to us if all we do is get a shahada? And it's not, look, Musa, it's not hard to get people to take shahada. It's not difficult. Yeah. Right? You can get people to take shahada. Yeah. What's really hard is to make that shahada genuine, yes, right? And to make sure they keep practicing the deen,
100%.
right? And sometimes if people look at our numbers, you may think, wait a minute, you know, you're this organization, you're doing all of this, and this is your numbers of shahadas. It's because we're very strict in how we measure what is a shahada. It's not just some, like for us, a shahada is like, we don't go to a village in Africa or a bunch of suitcases and say, full of watches, for example, and say, hey guys, whoever says La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah can have a watch, right? Yeah. We could get shahada. Technically, they would all have said shahada, right? Yeah. Although we never explain to them what it means. We just get them to say some words they don't understand. And they get a free, yeah. We don't do that. Right? Like, no, you know, when we go somewhere, we want to make sure that those people who take shahada is genuine and that they get the support they need. Right? So those are the two things that we did. So we went through, I guess we went through some stages and we were thinking, look, I guess we were primarily motivated by like Uthman, the founder of the Ottoman dynasty, right? He was inspired to conquer Constantinople by a hadith. And similarly, we were inspired by a hadith. And the hadith was that Islam will reach every country, every town, every village, every home. Even if that home is made of mud or hair, there will be a Muslim inside it. I'm paraphrasing the hadith, but this is the actual meaning of the hadith. It doesn't mean there will be a TV with someone talking about Islam. No, the hadith, the meaning of the hadith is that there will be a Muslim inside every home. Inside every home, there will be someone who is a Muslim. So it's that. That's what motivated us. That's what drives us. That's what we want to achieve. That's what we want to do as IERA. Like not necessarily we as IERA, but we want to be part of trying to make that happen.
Part of the hadith, yeah.
Part of making that, and at least we can try. Right, at least we can try.
Most definitely.
So that's what sort of motivates us. So we were thinking about how can we do that. How can we achieve that?
Yeah.
So our initial idea was that, well, look, there are already Muslims in every country. There's probably Muslims in more or less like many towns, if not most towns. I mean, like you'll find Muslims in, you know, like places you can't imagine, like almost every town, maybe not every town, but almost every town there's a Muslim, not every village, yeah, but almost every town. So it's like, well, if we could only get those Muslims to fulfill their obligation of dawah. Because if you're a Muslim living in a non-Muslim land, dawah is something you should be doing. That should be part and parcel of what you do as a Muslim. That's how Islam spread in, you know, Malaysia and Indonesia and so many places through Muslims and traders. So our idea was to reinvigorate and re-inspire and re-motivate the Muslims to give dawah and present to them a very simple method of giving dawah. A very, very simple method that anyone could learn. And that's how the Go-Rap method of dawah became developed, and we try to squeeze it down to make it super simple so like anybody could do it. And then we started going out, going to masajid, and trying to teach the ordinary Muslims to give dawah.
Yes.
And it didn't really work. Okay, that's the thing. So we spent a lot of energy doing that. Alhamdulillah, we motivated people, we reminded people, and we knew that people love dawah. They do. People love it. You know, they feel it in their hearts. And they, like, their biggest barrier most of the time is like, I want to talk to people about Islam, but I don't know how to do it. Right? But despite our efforts, I don't think it really worked, because yes, people, they would come to the courses, they would learn, but you know, it takes a type of commitment and dedication. It's like, however, whatever I say, you can't learn how to give dawah in an afternoon course. You have to apply it, you have to make an effort.
Yeah.
So basically that we reached a stage where we thought, okay, this is not really getting where we want to get to. And then we went back to the original idea that we had. The original idea that we had was to find dua. So was to find people who are specialized in giving dawah, right? And to support them and train them or develop those people, right? And from that, they could develop other people. So it's a much slower process.
Exponential growth.
Yeah. It's a much slower process. But again, it's about focus. 100%. It's about finding the people and developing the people who have those skills. And I think that's what we've come full circle to. So now when we talk about we have teams and when we have dua, that's what we're focusing on.
Yeah.
Those individuals that we've selected who are driven by this desire to spread the message of Islam to non-Muslims and to support them, give them the support they need, give them the training they need. And that's the way we're doing it now.
And alhamdulillah, so far, I mean, it's doing amazing.
I think so.
In the different countries that we're in. And